I'm going to move on here to invite up our final person to share with us as a respondent. But if you please welcome Lynn Walsh to share with us. Lynn is and plus, most importantly, I should add, we need a woman's perspective. So how can we talk about marriage and motherhood without really having a woman's perspective? So we appreciate you coming, Lynn. But Lynn is the director of the Universal Peace Federation's Office of the Family and is a UPF-UN representative. She serves as the co-chair of the NGO Committee on the Family, New York at the United Nations. She has a master's in clinical social work from Fordham University and a master's in divinity from HJ International Graduate School for Peace and Leadership Studies, HJI. So Lynn, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alan. This is really a great program. It's so important. Each of these presentations have been really outstanding. So I have the honor of the task of responding to Dr. Kittle's presentation. And yes, my response is the theology of marriage really could spark the cultural revolution needed to reinvigorate marriage and the desire for children. Religion is often misconstrued as conveying a demeaning message about women, but the theology of marriage is quite the opposite. I'm very grateful. It resolves a fundamental historical imbalance by recognizing God not as exclusively masculine, but as a divine parent embodying both masculine and feminine characteristics. More profoundly, according to the theology of marriage, the union of man and woman mirrors the inner unity of God himself. Marriage is not merely symbolic, it is ontological. There is no full image of God without marriage and family. Marriage doesn't just receive God's blessing, it reveals God. This reframes marriage and procreation not as mere social conventions, but as sacred expressions of divine nature itself. If committed marriage between a man and a woman aligns with God and the principles of natural law, it is no surprise that social science corroborates that what many have long believed, and we heard very well expressed today, that a married mother and father presents the optimal family unit for children's well-being and couples' happiness. Yet our sexualized and secularized culture has devalued marriage, eroded sexual restraint, and left people with little perceived reason to commit. Family cohesion has suffered. Social anthropologist J.D. Unwin observed that, quote, increased sexual restraint, whether pre or post-nuptial, consistently preceded cultural flourishing, while increased sexual freedom preceded culture collapse within 3 generations. To me, the path forward begins with recovering the case for marital commitment. For love to deepen, there must be trust and emotional safety, a space where one's whole self can be given without fear. Vows of fidelity between 2 imperfect people make an essential difference. Commitment is the foundation. God's grace flows within that protective bond. We must help reawaken that possibility with family-centered education and culture. Furthermore, it follows naturally that a conjugal relation built on that quality of trust and mutual investment in love is the optimal environment from which the desire for children organically grows. It has been noted, as we heard today, that religious people consistently show higher marriage and fertility rates than non-religious. Finally, are we entering a post-secular moment? The population decline is forcing us to examine our priorities. The sexual experimentation and rejection of tradition that has characterized recent decades cannot sustain communities or nations over the long term. Eventually, this becomes undeniable. I believe we may be approaching that reckoning, and that the work of this conference and its panelists is profoundly important in helping to shape what comes next. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate those words.